Hello. This is going to be a video talking about how Morrowind is just a little bit, well, it's outdated. For one reason, let's see. Let me just start my game and once again adjust all of my settings because it didn't memorize that. There we go. But yeah, so oh wait, hang on. I forgot some of my settings. Alright, there we go. Now the game is ready to play. Okay. So yeah, Morrowind has a few problems, but it's still not like a I'm not completely biased for Skyrim. Skyrim has problems obviously, and Morrowind has some really cool things in it that Skyrim doesn't have. But for the most part, if I'm gonna recommend this game to anybody, I would recommend Skyrim, not Morrowind. Just because Morrowind has a lot of obvious issues in it. But if you've ever played Skyrim and you're like, wow, I want to get more of this game, then then yeah, that's when I would recommend to play Morrowind. But let's dig into a little more in depth and see what we're complaining about. So the skills right here. Actually, wait. First, let's start with the UI. The UI is a little bit confusing. Let's just say that I've put in about 16 hours into this game now, and at about hour 14, I discovered that J lets you view all of your quests and information about quests. Yeah, it's nowhere in this menu that you use 99% of the time. It's a J, which is a completely different key than right click to open up the rest of the menus. Whereas but Skyrim, I guess you can argue that Skyrim has a problem with that too, where escape in Skyrim is going to take you to your quests and you can equip your quests there, and then tab or whatever button it is in Skyrim is a lot like different, but they're both at least two keys on the keyboard rather than right click on the mouse and J in the center of the keyboard. Now, movement, like the world itself physically, obviously the graphics are better in Skyrim. I mean, I'm looking at my guy here, and he's like the Wyatt Putin meme. If I had the music open right now, I could play that right now. And yeah, that's obviously an issue, but this was made in like 2002, I think, so you can't really blame them for not having amazing graphics for the next 18 years straight. Another problem in Morrowind is just like look at my character move. Again, this is probably just because of outdated graphics, but like I'm holding two keys and this lets him glide basically on roller skates. Yeah, but that's just a graphical thing, really. Now, the inventory system. The inventory system is kind of cool. I don't think this is something that's worse in Morrowind and better in Skyrim. In fact, I'd argue that Morrowind has a better thing because you can look at your guy here and you can like strip him naked and be like, "Ooh, look, he's a sexy orc." But yeah, here's your inventory and everything. I think Skyrim does have a better item system. Sure, you can sort by some different stuff here, but in Skyrim you have the names listed first, and then you can click on the names or scroll through them anyways, and then you can see the items appear in like one giant image of that item and zoom in on it and observe it and stuff. Whereas if you click on something that just lets you pick it up and drag it around, I mean we can grab an item and drop it on the ground here if we just do that. We can't pick it up in Morrowind. Like in Skyrim, there's no physics for objects, but that's not that's not that bad. I feel like that could be chalked up to the limited engine of 2002, but it would be nice. I don't think it really has any use in Skyrim besides putting a bucket on a vendor's head and stealing from them. But uh, the leveling system in Morrowind, it's really it's hard to describe this because I have a problem with how the systems in Morrowind work for leveling your stuff up. Well, when you use the stuff, because there's a green bar down here, your fatigue, and the lower this is, the worse you are at everything. Literally everything. Casting spells, picking locks, and attacking. In Morrowind, when you attack something, you can miss for some reason. Even though I have a giant battle axe and this is a really fat rat, I can sometimes miss. Now, I didn't miss there because I've just been using this axe like the entire game that I've had it, and just been grinding it out real hardcore because I'm like I don't want to miss. I'm tired of missing. It sucks ass because I shouldn't be missing in combat because that's just a really bad mechanic. Like if I'm swinging this gigantic axe, I feel like the only way I should miss my target is if I physically don't hit them. And in Skyrim, that is better. You actually have to physically hit your target, you know, and you hit them. In Morrowind, that's not so much the case. If your fatigue is low or your skill for that weapon is low, then you can't hit your enemy as easily. Let's see. Now, getting encumbered in Morrowind, a lot worse. You just can't move once you pass this number here. But I just don't like the carry weight in general in the Elder Scrolls. I think it's bad. I think they should just get rid of it because I like to hoard everything. And when I have to stop every 5 minutes and then backtrack across the entire map, yeah, that's pretty annoying, you know. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I want it to be less realistic or something. But yeah, the leveling up system. So leveling up in this, I had no idea I could level up until I leveled up at one point, because there's like no explanation at all. It's just sort of right click and then you can look at this stuff, and then like when you're starting out, you're probably not gonna spend forever like, oh, I wonder how all of this stuff works, and then reading literally every single thing. I don't think that's realistic for someone to do, to sit here and read every single one of these. And also, none of these, by the way, when you hover over these, they never tell you how to actually level up that thing. They tell you what that skill does. Like Longblade skill lets one use broadswords, sabers, longswords, claymores, katanas, and daikatanas effectively. How do I level that up? Well, for weapons, you have to equip that weapon, and then you find an easy to kill enemy, and you use the weapon that you're bad at, and then you just go like this. See how I'm not doing damage? I didn't do a lot of damage there because, well, I was missing. Even though I have this Wakazashi, this giant knife, I was missing that fat rat. Uh, I One thing I do like about Morrowind over Skyrim is that when you're fighting an enemy, uh, over here, right above your health, magicka, and fatigue bars, right here is a yellow bar that appears. And that is the enemy's health. And it's really convenient to just be able to look right here and see all of the enemy's health. Whereas in Skyrim, I could be wrong. I think I just haven't played Skyrim in a while. I don't think you can actually see the enemy's health in Skyrim. Or can you? I think a giant red bar appears somewhere over here, but I think it would be nicer if you had the target's health near your health. And then so that way it's like a race in certain combats. You're like keeping track of your health and the enemy's health to make sure that you're able to stay in this fight, or you just have to load your last save because you started fighting something that was apparently super tough. And that's kind of another point I want to bring up in Morrowind. See, like the things you fight aren't it's not obvious at all what is easy and what is hard to fight. In Skyrim, it's a little bit easier because I think part of it can be chalked up to graphics. Like, look at this gigantic fucking dinosaur over here. What? Look at this. Look at them. There's like fucking three of them. All right. And if I get out this fucking this shitty little sword here, and then I just fucking do this, I'm gonna kill these things eventually if I hit. But look at this. They're like doing nothing to me. And I'm just like flailing my sword around. There we go. That one's dead. That giant fucking dinosaur. I just whacked him a few times with this tiny knife. Take that. Take that. And bam. Those are the easy enemies. Oh, I got infected by a disease. So now I can't carry as much stuff. Let me fix that real quick by taking these random potions that I brought with me. Yeah, that's something I really don't like is the strength mechanic that can just like an enemy can just inflict debuffs on you and it's not really obvious what's happening, right? Like you'll just be doing your thing. Like one I walked into like a dungeon like this one over here and I started fighting these spooky monsters. And then it just suddenly like it just said you are over encumbered. And I was like, "What? What? I have so much carry weight." And then I open up my menu and then right here this number just became super low and I was like, "Wait, these monsters can make it so I can't carry as much stuff?" And yeah, that's a thing in this game. Like if we just go in the tombs in this game. Oh, yep, that door was trapped. So now I have to heal myself because it did damage to me. And that's another mechanic I don't like. Is that a trap? Well, actually, I don't think I don't like it. I think it's just not as well implemented in Morrowind. And I think it could totally come back in the Elder Scrolls games. And I think it's actually kind of cool. But, oh, I'm over encumbered because I'm still infected by whatever that fucking monster gave me. Let me just get all of this crap. Yeah, you sort of had to spend the beginning of the game organizing all of this, and because I'm trying to show it off right now, uh, it's not, at all convenient. So now I have to put it back into the special little places that I made so it's easier to look at. And even then, I still had to like, even when I had all three of these, all of these four menus set up, I still had to like expand this to see my stats more, and then I would have to like bring it up and like double check and see all of my stats down here, and then I would have to bring it back down and then put it down here and then put it here, and then if I wanted to drop something I would have to drag this up and then I would have to drop stuff like this. Although I think uh, the menus are definitely I don't know. I think this is just a stylistic thing. I think this could be anyone's preference, but I think I prefer the the menus in Skyrim to these menus, mainly because the map is a separate thing and it's not lobbed in with this because I can't just like drag the map over these and then if I want to bring up those just click to those menus. I have to like keep the map up here but not make the map too tiny because then I can't see everything and it becomes a little disorienting. But then if I keep it here then this is too small, you know. But I think having a separate map in Skyrim was better. I'm just gonna drop a bunch of shit because I'm gonna abandon this and then move on to Oblivion because I'm sick of this fucking game. Oh, I can actually do damage to these enemies, thankfully. Sometimes I had to switch over to this random Daedric weapon I found when I just went up into this mountain and then just randomly fought everything I'd wanted to because I just wanted to be at the top of the mountain in Morrowind. You know. Because if I... Apparently there's certain enemies that just don't get damaged by, uh, certain weapons, which is pretty dumb. Like if I had my axe out and I started to attack a certain enemy, it would just say, your weapon has no effect. Like, what? You're not even gonna tell me what will have an effect? What do I do? What am I supposed to use? So like, I was fighting these little demon guys, and I was going at them. You know, I was like, ham. I take a swing, and then instead of that giant thing dying like it should have, the little guy was just like laughing in my face, and then I was like, well shit, I don't know what about the Daedric thing? Will the Daedric thing do damage? And thankfully the Daedric thing did damage, and they basically did no damage to me. But like, why why would that enemy just be completely resistant to my gigantic metal steel axe, but then suddenly take damage from this tiny dagger? Like that just didn't make any sense to me. You know, that's kind of fixed in Skyrim. You don't have enemies that are just completely resistant to something for no reason. Like all enemies, pretty much all enemies take physical damage. I'm pretty sure in Skyrim, even ghosts. Now that can be that's kind of stupid. That ghosts can be damaged by weapons, obviously. Maybe they should be damaged by spells, but then you have to be a spellcaster in the game in order to even do damage to certain enemies. And that's just like, I feel like that's forcing the player to do too much, to like plan too far ahead, because then they'll have to restart, or they'll just have to start grinding out the entire spell trees that they've been ignoring in the game. There we go. I hit 3 out of those 10 swings. Uh, yeah, but I feel like forcing the player to choose a spellcaster, not not really a good way to solve that. And oh, also in Skyrim, it's there's 2 speeds that you can go, and well no, 3 speeds that you can go. You can walk, you can jog, and you can run. But in this, you have walk and you have run, and there's no in between. And when you're running, it drains your fatigue, and when you're walking, your fatigue comes back. But yeah, this was only fun in the beginning of the game when I actually cared about the 3 rocks and 2 trees that makes up the scenery. You know, besides the fog that blocks out the rest of the map at a distance. So yeah, I'm just gonna drain my fatigue so that way when I get into battle next time with my random sword that I found, hopefully I'll hit them. But who knows, my fatigue will be low, so I might not be able to hit them. Uh, so yeah. I'm a little bit biased right now because I am completely pissed off. Uh, because I was about to rage quit this game. One big reason was because of this Indoril stuff, Indoril Cuirass, Indoril Gauntlets, Indoril Pauldrons, and Indoril Boots. So I walked into this dungeon, right? Like the one that I just walked into over there. And there was a skeleton on the ground after I killed those things that reduced my strength that made it to where I couldn't carry things. But I went back, I got potions to bring back my strength after they debuffed me, and then I got these pauldrons and a mask also, but I got a better mask later. But I also got a helmet that was also Indoril. And so I went to this city called Vivek. And I was like, "Oh my god, this city's fucking amazing. It's so huge because I haven't actually been to Vivek yet." And I was somewhere probably around here. Oh, I know, it was right here. There's a cave here, not a cave, but like a little it's called an ancestral tomb in this. And I went in there and I got some pauldrons and a helmet. And then I went to Vivek later, and they were like, "Hey, you're wearing our armor. You can't do that." And then they attacked me. And so pretty much every guard would attack me just because I was wearing this armor. But this armor is significantly better than a lot of other armor. Like this, for example, is armor rating 3, and this is armor rating 66. So you can imagine that I wouldn't want to just give up this armor and keep my other shitty armor, which was much worse. Not as bad as this armor right here, but this armor was still much better. So we're just gonna drop drop all this, you know, because all I was really gonna do was bring all this stuff back to town to sell it, so I could uh, get more money to level up my skills. And so here's another difference between Morrowind and Skyrim. There's a big focus in Morrowind to visit trainers to level up your skills. Now, that's not really a bad thing. That's actually kind of a good mechanic, but it just doesn't feel right that you are encouraged to go visit a trainer instead of to level up your abilities yourselves. Like, I never had anybody, like, I didn't ever find someone that could level up my axe ability, and I just grinded out my axe ability, and it was definitely worth it, because now I pretty much use this to kill everything, unless for some reason my axe doesn't do damage, uh, which happens sometimes, or the enemy just, like, two shots me with a magic spell from 5 feet away, and I can't reach them, and they keep backing up, which also happens. Uh, but yeah, like one thing that I did, I leveled up my speechcraft a bunch, but it's still super low. But the cost to level it up got more expensive, and I also leveled up mercantile, which lets you get better prices. Uh, yeah, I don't think I ever leveled up restoration with a trainer, but I just at some point I found someone that you can make spells, which is cool. You can't make spells in Skyrim. That's a really cool thing in this game as opposed to Skyrim. You can make your own spells. Like here, I have fire damage 1, which I was gonna use to level up my destruction ability by just randomly casting this and hoping that eventually it'll do something like that. But it's a really low level spell. I just did this so that way I could level it up. And then I also have all these different restore health things. So like this one can restore a little bit or a lot of health, and it costs a lot of mana. So this is just like a gamble, and it'll cost a lot of mana. So this is like, oh, I don't really care if I get healed or not. I'll give it a shot. So I made this spell. This one I messed up on. I meant to heal self, but I made it so it heals on touch, which is pretty useless. This one is just a low level spell that you can just cast while walking to level it up. And then this one is this one, but not messed up. So yeah, this one's actually good for healing. And then, yeah. So next, I guess we can look at the map. So this I really hated as I made my little journey from. So I started the game here at Seydanin. I moved up to. Uh, I journeyed over here a little bit, and then I went back up here to Balmora, and I did a little bit of the main quest, and by a little bit I mean literally one objective I did up here before getting sidetracked again. And then I did some stuff. I walked about a little bit around here, and then I went up here, and then I was like, screw it. I heard that when I played Skyrim, there was a giant mountain in the middle of Morrowind. I want to go to the top of the mountain and see the volcano. So I did that. I went up here and I fought for my life. God damn it! I went up here. I before I go into this area, at some point I just kept stealing stuff from people. Like you can just go to another room like in Skyrim and just steal stuff from people. But instead of in Skyrim where the item is marked as stolen, you can just sell this right away to a vendor and they won't know, which is something that I like way more. I love that because in Skyrim that is so annoying where you're like, how does this guy across the entire fucking map know that I stole this jar from this guy in the middle of the woods? Like that just didn't make any sense. So in this that's a lot better. That you can just sell this stuff right away and you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have to join the thieves guild and sell this to the special merchant down in the cellars? No, you can just go to a merchant and then just sell this. But if you steal something from someone's house and then you try to sell it back to them, that doesn't work. They're like, hey, dumbass, that's mine. Fuck you. Get that back. So yeah, you can't do that. But anyways, back to here. So I started stealing stuff, and then at some point, someone called the Dark Brotherhood on me, which are the assassins in the Elder Scrolls games, and they tried to kill me, and I kicked his ass, and then I took his Dark Brotherhood armor. So that's how I got good armor and a good weapon in the beginning of the game. Was I stole shit and then got people to fucking try to kill me, and so I kicked their ass, and then I think I got to Balmora, and then I found way better armor, and I was like, oh dude, what? I can sell this extra pair of Brotherhood armor that I got from another assassin that tried to kill me one time, and then I got all my good gear, and then I went up the mountain. And so this was a really cool, well, vaguely cool experience, but it was also pretty dull. The terrain in Morrowind is really not full like at all as it is in Skyrim. Like there's way less stuff happening and way less stuff to interact with. There's lots of plants and random rats that want to kill you, but besides that, there's really nothing much going on. You might, like if you're lucky, you'll look to like your side, you'll be like, "Oh, there's a building there." Like there's just a little like it'll have this little alcove that looks like this with the little archway and the door, and you'll be like, "Oh, there's a tunnel there. Oh, sick. I'll go investigate that." And it'll be like a cool little 5 second journey into this little temple thing. But that's about it. So as you go up here, it's just all gray. It's all rocks and sometimes dead stuff. And there's these stupid undead things that attack you. But one thing that's really cool are the cliff racers. Now in Skyrim, pretty much the only flying enemy that attacks you is a dragon. And after you played Skyrim like one time, you're like, man, alright, there's a dragon. Cool, I'll go kill that. Uh, in this, it's pretty much the same with the cliff racers because they're really the only flying enemy in this game. I mean, these guys are technically flying, but they're not even hostile. These are just netches. Which, if you get the Solstheim DLC in Skyrim, there's also netches here. Uh, yeah. I think they should have more flying enemies in the Elder Scrolls game because that's weird. I've never thought about that before. How there's just no more cliff racers, but in Skyrim in the DLC they talk about how Jib the Mighty slayed all of the cliff racers in Morrowind at some point. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I made my way up here, and the terrain is all samey and kind of dull and not really interesting, and you're just fighting like these random enemies that are just respawning every time you rest, like this. See those rats spawned? And and that's about it. And there's just these really tough, annoying enemies, and I was like, fuck it, I'm probably in a high level area anyways, I'll just keep going. And then I get to this ghost gate thing, and it was like super cool. This was doing all of this was like kind of like climbing High Hrothgar in Skyrim, the throat of the world, uh, the big mountain in the center of Skyrim, and it's like in the center of Morrowind. It's also this big mountain, but this was a much different and kind of rewarding experience, but not. I feel like a lot less rewarding than it was in Skyrim. Probably because in Skyrim they made like a semi-forced path that took you into gradually leveling areas that was uh that would eventually give you the stuff basically necessary to get up there. But in this, you just sort of like you can just gun it from like the tutorial area straight into this really horrible hellish area. And so I get up here. I'd show you, but I can't fast travel in Morrowind, which is unless it's J. No, that's the journal. VBNMXZGTE space Y. No, none of that. Left click. Right click just closes the menu. Yeah, no, none of that. So as far as I know, there's no easy map fast travel thing in this. Now there are like boat people on the coasts that will like take you around the town, but not really an actual fast travel system at all. So that's that was definitely one thing that contributed to me really getting sick and tired of this because I would just be doing this trying to find a mountain and climbing over it because man oh man in Morrowind the entire map is just snaky ravines and then huge mountains. So you're basically going to be Skyriming up a mountain all the time unless you want to spend forever following these snaky paths through the mountains that go backwards and forwards and stuff all around. So, I mean, I guess you could memorize them and get better at navigating them, but I was like, fuck it, where is this place? Yeah, I'm just gonna climb this fucking mountain because I don't have the patience to learn these fucking roads and shit. So, yeah. One thing that I kind of like in Morrowind that's better than Skyrim is that there's way more dialogue choices, but that doesn't really mean anything when the characters can have the same exact thing, just sort of copy pasted over and over again to different NPCs. It's it's not really a plus at all between the games, cause there's just it just doesn't really add anything. I feel like in Skyrim it's a lot better. This one character will tell you something cool, but they're not gonna copy and paste it to 10 other people who will say the same exact thing. Also in Skyrim, all of the characters are voice acted. In this, uh, they'll just say random things that don't actually mean anything important or have any effect on the gameplay. Whereas in Skyrim, people can just randomly say things while you're walking by, and it can actually like immerse you in the game, or it can be like a helpful tip or something. You'll pass someone, they'll go, "Oh, lightly armored means light on your feet. Smart." And you'll be like, "Oh man, he's right. I should totally like put on more light armor, and then I'll be like super quick and stuff." Or, but in this, it's like, go fuck yourself, traveler. Like it doesn't. There's just no important anything gathered from that. Uh, and then let's see. Oh yeah, there's also way more problems with the quests in this game than there are in Skyrim. One big reason is because of AI pathing. For example, I saw a random guy like in the fucking wilderness over here, and he was like, "Oh, I've got to do a legitimate business deal with my partner over in this place." And then I was like, "Okay, cool, come with me." And so I swam across this river, and then he didn't. Uh, and then I never saw him again, because I kept going, and he never showed up, even when I stopped and rested. He just never showed up. So, you know, that was super cool. 'Cause I've got no fucking idea where that guy is now. And I don't think I'll ever complete that quest, because I'm probably gonna abandon this game and go play Oblivion next. But also another problem with the game, in terms of quests, is that you'll have to, like, get something or kill people. And this, like for example, I had to get a book from a lady in Balmora, but she wouldn't give me it, even if I gave her like thousands of money to bribe her to make her like me. She just wouldn't give me the book. And so there was another thing I tried to do, which was you can taunt people in the game to get them to attack you, right? I tried that. It did not yield any result at all. The lady did not attack me. She said, "Alright," like it would say taunt success, and then she would say, "Alright, you done it now, mate. I'm gonna fuck you up." And then she just wouldn't. She would just stand there and say stupid things or do nothing. Oh, and also this. Like, are you gonna attack me or not? Like the combat music is playing. Come on, dog. Let's go. Come on. I'm ready. You coming? No? You 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 want to go? No? No? All right. Yeah. Are you sure? I'm ready. Are you? No? No. All right. All right. Whenever you feel like it. I'll be here. And then when I least expect it, you'll swoop down and get me in the back. All right? Cool. All right. So yeah, there was that book lady. And then there was this other situation where this guy in that fort I was just at was like, "Hey, there's a bunch of shady people doing shady stuff over in Balmora. Can you go kill them?" And I was like, "Alright, cool, I'll go kill them." And so I started killing them, and then I got a $5,000 bounty. Now, this was a problem because the people at his fort started attacking me because my bounty was so high that it was to kill me on sight. So I either had to kill the guards, which is literally impossible because there's dumb mechanics in this game where you can get stun locked and you can get knocked down while you're fighting someone so they can just kick your ass, especially when there's three of them. But also the 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 guards, well, they just did a lot more damage. But what I did was I reloaded after the first time that I cheated and then typed set health 0. I reloaded and went around them and got inside and did it that way, and then they just stopped bugging me. They just acted like they totally weren't gonna fucking chop my head off or anything. He set my bounty from 5,040 to 0 after I came back to him to report for the quest. Like, dog, you couldn't have told your buddies outside that I was trying to hook you up, rather than them like just being uninformed and trying to kill me after I did something over here? Like, dog, not that cool if you ask me. Like, oh, okay, he came to attack me now. Now it's on. Oh, but those other three, they're gonna wait their turn. Don't worry. They'll 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 come when they feel like it. Don't worry, guys. I'll be here waiting for you. Oh, all four of them now. All right, cool, cool, awesome. Oh, wait. Are you? Nope, you're not close enough. Oh, there we go. Now you're close enough. All right, he's dead. All right, who's next? Who's next? Who wants some? You? You? Are you next? Yep, you're next. All right. These guys' hitbox is floating in front of them. It's not actually on their body, which is really annoying. Uh, See, I would use a bow, but the arrows have weight in this game, as you can see here. So that's kind of fucking stupid. But also, remember when I brought up the thing about missing with your weapon and having low fatigue? Yeah, my marksman skill, which is what is used for throwing weapons and the bow in this game, is low as hell. There's no way I'm gonna be able to kill one of these fuckers before they finally decide to swoop down and kill me. And also, it's just not worth it. The arrows have weight, the bow has weight. I'd rather just carry my fucking heavy ass axe and not have to worry about all that shit. And also, as soon as you shoot an arrow in this game, it's gone. You can't pick it up on the ground like in Skyrim. It's just gone. It's gone forever. In Skyrim, when you shoot the ground, the game will give you it back. And also, when you start to draw the bow, when you haven't shot it yet, but you have the bow drawn, you can retract it in Skyrim. In Morrowind, you can't. You have to fire it, at least to my knowledge. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of annoying. So I just had to wait for the cliff racers, the flying enemies, to come down and fight me. This looks like one of the temples with the little demon dudes. Not these. These are chumps that I can one-hit with my super badass battle axe. Yeah, these guys? Watch, watch. Your weapon has no effect. My giant axe, I'm sorry that I'm swinging through his skull. Okay, okay, this has no effect. Got it, got it, got it. Let me, get out my super legendary, incredibly rare weapon. There we go, there we go. Two-shot him. Oh, hello, rat. Let me miss you 10 times real quick. And then do it. There we go. Got him. Got him. We got him, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We're gonna keep heading up to this cool mountain that I was talking about. 'Cause you know, I just love hurting myself internally and physically. Look at this giant dinosaur. He's probably gonna kick my ass, right? He's huge. He's scaly. He's like got naturally big armor. No, he's. Oh, that's a new one. I haven't had an NPC walk on top of me. Okay, that's new. But yeah, I kicked his ass with my tiny sword. We're just gonna keep going here. Let's see. Once we get further up here, I'll have more things to complain about. But yeah, there are definitely things in Morrowind that I like more than Skyrim. I mentioned a few earlier, definitely. Hang on, give me a minute. Oh, there's someone behind me too. My camera's glitching out. Yeah, you can see the tail a little bit. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Just hang on. Just hang on. This will be over in a moment. There we go. Alright, alright. Now you get yours. There we go. Alright, that's it. That's it. That's all. Okay, so we're resuming it now. Um, oh, I think I could be wrong. Let me test that. Oh yeah, for some reason this doesn't change the brightness in the recording, but it does for me. I I don't think that's a problem with the game. I just don't know how to fix that. But yeah, that's why a lot of these videos are just pitch black or just don't have any proper lighting at all. But yeah. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Let me get out my fucking good weapon, because all of the assholes up here just kick my ass. Oh, wait, hang on. There's a small beetle here. I can't rest. There we go. Oh, there's still enemies nearby, apparently. Oh, sometimes when you're near a city, it'll say it's illegal to rest here. That's not a mechanic in Skyrim. You can wait anywhere. So, yeah. That's definitely improved in Skyrim, but in Skyrim you don't have to rest to replenish your health and everything, which I think I would like added into Skyrim. Not Skyrim, but the next Elder Scrolls game. Skyrim 2, I would like that, yeah. Uh, to be able to rest to replenish my health and stuff. I could be wrong. Maybe you can do that in Skyrim. I don't know. I just haven't played it in a while. I've been playing this, and I'll play Oblivion next, so I'll be even more confused on what each game does. So yeah. Uh, the enemies in this game are cool though. Like there's lots of different diverse enemies. They're not all the same as in Skyrim. Like they didn't just port over all of the same. Oh, okay, here we go. They are still dumb though. Just yeah, yeah. So here's the cool place that I got to before I got to the top of the mountain. This is the Ghost Gate, which is the single entrance. Oh, that was super fun to find out once I was already in the mountain, by the way. But this is the single entrance to the top of the... Oh, okay, they're attacking now. Oh, and all, three of them at once. Excellent. That's exactly how I like it. A nice cliff racing gangbang. Let's go. Are you next or are you still too high? There you go. Now you're in range. All right, there we go. One thing I do like is that you can remove their corpses. That has no effect on the gameplay that I can tell, but I've just been doing it anyways. Maybe I haven't noticed any effect because I've been getting rid of all the bodies. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. This guy's not a problem. He's just an asshole who's really easy to kill. Yeah, these guys are just fucking zombie dudes. They don't do anything, and you get valuable things off of them. But there are... oh, that guy. Yeah, this guy's a raging fucking cunt right here. Oh, this guy also, but this guy's less of a nuisance. Let me just remove him real quick from the equation. There we go. This guy is a raging cunt, because watch this. He'll pretend to get close to you. Oh wait, no, this guy's a different guy. I'm thinking of another guy with large underwear. Hang on. There we go. Ash zombie. This guy looks cool. Let me find the other guy that I'm talking about. Because this enemy that I'm trying to find is very annoying, but he shares a problem, well, the problem that I have with other enemies, in that they will use spells at, what the fuck is that? Oh, I saw this in the very hard dungeon that I tried to complete. And he's still kicking my ass because he's using spells and I can't do anything about it because I don't have any spells and I also don't have any magic resistance, even though I have super heavy armor that gives me ridiculous amounts of damage resistance to physical damage. Oh, and I got knocked down, so I can't do anything while he knocks me down. Oh, wait, hang on, my weapon has no effect. Give me a minute, let me switch over to my other weapon that actually does an effect. Oh, but I'm not skilled in it. I can't hit him. Oh, my fatigue is all gone. Hang on. Hang on. Do I have any fatigue potions? I got some restore health. Let's do that. Restore endurance. That didn't do anything. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, God. Restore strength. That's not going to do anything. Fortify strength. That won't do anything. I don't know. Let's get drunk. I haven't tried drinking tons of alcohol. I don't know if it has any effect, but sure, let's try it. I have nothing else. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. That's a alligator kicking my ass. He's chasing me. Oh, the god, that's terrifying. Oh, oh my god, he's Sonic. Oh my god, he's so fast. Oh my fucking god, why is he so fast? What the fuck? Yeah, I only saw this guy in a very small... Okay, I'm dead. I saw this guy once in a very small, narrow corridor. Uh, in a dungeon where I got my super cool Daedric weapon. Alright, cool, we're 5 miles away because I didn't save. Auto-saving in Skyrim. You can change it so it's a lot more frequent, like whenever you open your menus, or whenever you pause. That's a good mechanic. In this, it's just sort of... Sometimes it'll auto-save. Sometimes when you rest. Sometimes when you enter or exit a building. Who knows? It could save. Or you just might have to save manually. But yeah, anyways, there's this cunt that lives up here that shoots spells at you, and because I'm a melee-focused person, he fucks me up. I can't do anything to him. And the spells in this game are not like the melee weapons. Like, you won't encounter a spell user that just goes, eh, oh, that's like 4 damage. No, the fucking spell guys in this game are gonna do at least a quarter of your health with one spell. Except for this beetle. This beetle just does a little cool effect and then he dies. Every time. Oh wait, this is the part where there's 4 cliff racers, that's right, remember that? Oh, he's coming for me this time. He closed the ground very quickly, and he's dead instantly. Hello, neutral enemy. Oh wait, I got frozen by the small animal. I can't do anything. Oh wait, I can open my menu, but that's it. I can't move my camera. There we go. Alright, he's dead. Cool. Yeah. 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 Oh, small rat. Hang on. Okay, insta-killed. The second swing was useless. It probably missed anyways, because I am low on stamina. Yeah, suffice to say, I prefer Skyrim over this. I definitely kept my mind open. Trust me, if anyone saw these graphics after playing Skyrim, they probably would immediately exit the game and not try this at all. But I kept my mind open. I'm able to get past the poor graphics quality of 2002 open world game. And I was willing to dig into this and just really get into the lore and immersed in the world, but my fucking god, I can't with the poor AI pathing, the narrow canals restricted by mountainsides, and the random enemies that will either fucking destroy you because you can't view any of their statistics at all, or you literally they they won't do anything, like this fucking tiny guy in this fucking dungeon here, but you can't fucking hit him with this weapon. So you're just gonna have to find one of these bad boys, just randomly, and then take 30 swings, hope they land. Oh, that guy. Oh, this guy. I've seen one of him before. Yeah, he's another magic user that kicks my ass because I have no magic resistance. Cool. That's real chill. That's real awesome. That's super awesome. And then you're just gonna chase me for now and forever because my speed is lower speed. Oh, okay. I got a very harmless dinosaur chasing me as well. Make that two now. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's a cliff racer. Oh, the Spellman is still chasing me. All right, cool. Uh, we're just gonna get our ass kicked here. Well, oh, there's a rat. A rat wanted to join in too. Hello, Magic Man. Are you having fun? I'm not. Uh, yeah, I think I've probably covered pretty much everything. There's probably some things I forgot that I really fucking despise about this game. Uh, but like getting knocked down and just not being able to attack. Or the fact that I have higher armor than these guys, but they're still, for some reason, doing more damage to me, and I'm doing less damage to them. You know, that's pretty cool. Uh, even though I focused my entire character into armor statistics and health, like being an orc with the class of knight and wearing the heaviest, most protective armor possible, I still get knocked flat on my ass like a fucking child. Uh, you know, uh, there are certain things that are just the same in both games. Like, you can find a plant and then you can loot it. If you find farmers that are farming stuff, you can just loot their fields and they won't give a shit. Still don't know why that's. I don't get it. They just honestly don't care in Skyrim or Morrowind. Fuck if I know why. I'd be upset if some guy came along and fucked with all my good kush. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Come on, man. I was gonna have a good time, and now you're fucking up. You're taking all my chokeweed. What the fuck, man? You're taking all my nern root, motherfucker. I'm the only farmer in Skyrim that can grow this fucking nern root, and you're fucking my day up. What the fuck, cunt? I don't get that. This is helpful, but it's also on the map. It'd be more helpful if this was a thing that I could like press space on, and then that would let me fast travel to this or something. But no, no, you have to manually walk everywhere. But your walking skill just does not level up fast at all. No, not at all. Not at all. Not even slightly fast. So you're just gonna be running like this with your stamina constantly low, not being able to do much. This is a fast travel system right here. Let me just show you what this is like. So you have to be specifically at a town that has one of these. So not every town has one of these, but also you have to go up to it, talk to this guy, click travel, and then for a gold cost, he will take you to one of the selected areas. But yeah, not all of them. And it looks like he actually only takes you to places that you have discovered. I could be wrong on that, but I believe he will only take you to places that you've already been to. So if you wanted to go somewhere new... Oh, wait, hang on, let's try it. I've never done this before. Let's go here. Oh, wow, look at this place. It's in this fucking desolate, fucking terrible wasteland, covered in ash. Uh, oh, another thing, this is probably just due to graphics or whatever, but the difference in biomes in this game is like when you transition between biomes, I mean, when you transition between a biome, there's no transition. It's just you're in a swamp, and now you're in fucking rocky ashhole fucking lands, or you're in a forest, and now you're in a swamp, and now you're in rocky ashlands. There's really no transition between the biomes at all. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much why I think that's a couple of reasons why I think Morrowind is outdated, or just in general, things that Skyrim did better, things that Morrowind did better. You know, just comparing the two games really, but mainly getting pissed off and quitting this game because it's fucking annoying that I got this cool armor and then some random guards in one of the best cities is like, "Hey, you're a cunt. Fuck you." Uh, yeah, this has been Morrowind, so not it's not better than Skyrim.